Hello, everyone. Thank you to Mr. Havlicek, thank you to IGAP, and let me now introduce myself, my colleagues, and our company Energy Cloud. So I'm Tomáš Jelínek, I'm founder of Energy Cloud, and I'm CEO. Now, on my right, you can find Mr. Lovar and Mr. Zik, who are software and hardware development team leaders. Our business director, Mr. Klaška, and two young guys on my left is Jan, who is responsible for our production, and Vítězslav. We will show you how our batteries are intelligent and how we can communicate with them through the voice, and we will show you some mobile apps and etc. So, as you know, we have been building solutions in power and control electronics for 20 years. Now the whole concept of energy industry is changing, and we can be part of it. That is very fascinating on our job. Let's say with high probability, we can say that in 5 years' time, everyone will be dependent on batteries. Everyone from States to Australia, from European Union to Africa, everyone. And it sounds like great business, and it's really important for us to be with them. So now we would like to start our presentation and show you one of our industrial battery installation. So please, can you continue with video?
Energy Cloud is not just about selling batteries and solar panels. The term Energy Cloud itself refers to a new, changing concept of the energy industry. The future of modern energy is based on connecting a large amount of distributed energy resources, operators of energy storage systems, and consumers, all working together as virtual power plants. The battery container is charged using solar, wind, or other energy sources. The batteries are optimized to provide a wide range of primary services. We are Energy Cloud.
Okay, now we can continue. So as you heard, Energy Cloud is not about selling batteries and solar panels. The term Energy Cloud itself refers to a new changing concept of energy industry. So these all things will affect us more than we could ever imagine. It seems pretty complex, but now let us tell you more about the magic what is behind it. So, Stan, it's up to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Let's start with the basic functionality of the energy storage.
Yep.
Yeah, the basic functionality in general world said the energy is being harvested from solar panels and being stored into the batteries. This is the generic thing for all companies actually, and what differs us actually from all the rival products is that we have all the know-how, all the design teams, all the designers for hardware, for software, for mechanics, all these cooling solutions, etc. in-house. That means that we are able to develop the whole design as a all-in-one solution, like it's seen on this picture. And this device actually can handle all of the functionality. For instance, for this family house, it can store the sun energy, can also be discharged and used later on during the night, for instance, for lights, etc. Another loads can be used like EV chargers for electric vehicles. And at the end, the all functionality can be also used to optimize the and provide cost reduction for the flats or family houses. And this principle can be scaled up to the bigger solutions like bigger plants, etc. Let's have a look on just one all-in-one solution used for instance for family houses. This is just one of our products, so that you see how it looks like internally. On the right side, on the top, you can see MPPT trackers, 2 MPPT trackers. Then on the left side, there is the main inverter. We provide single-phase inverters, 3-phase inverters, and all these inverters can work in a 4Q quadrat system. That means that we are able to take power from the grid, the batteries, and also back to the grid, even with the power factor controlled and being compensated. On this device, you can pretty nicely see that it's quite a portion of electronics inside, and our teams, designers for hardware and for software, actually they provide their job for every product we have, and we are able to modify functionality and connecting and we can compile connected standards for every particular countries, so that we can change the design, so that we can export export it to everywhere on the earth. Let's have a look on the mechanical design. All these designs that we provide all start from the scratch in CAD. That means that we all simulated before we start the main production, etc., so that we can also calculate the power consumption, this efficiency stuff, and cooling solution, and all that stuff is being simulated by CADs. If you want, you can just quickly have a look on our hardware. For instance, this is just an example of 10 kilowatt inverter design, 3-phase, working in 4-quadrant design, in 4-quadrant system. Actually, our designers are also in connection with universities. We have also connections and cooperation with student diploma works, and through this concept, let's say, we are able to be on the top of the technology. Okay, that's all for me. I will let you on my next slide to my colleague Julian.
Thank you. The Energy Cloud company is focused on the complex energy solutions for households and the industry. Our technologies are ranging from the fast EV chargers to home battery system and high energy containers. These devices can cooperate together into the virtual power plants. In this network, in this energy network, we can control large-scale energy systems and stabilize the grid, and also avoid the blackouts. You have probably heard about the big blackout in Texas this year due to the high energy demands in the same time. With our technology, we can avoid the blackouts as we can use the batteries and energy containers. We can postpone the energy demands, and we can supply the energy during the longer time period. If there is a businessman from the region that the blackout risk is existing, just contact the energy cloud company and we can help you to provide the solution. We can also go for a fully off-grid technology. I think we have our colleague Hashim from Ethiopia here who would like to use the batteries for powering of the water pumps in agriculture. I think each of us really love the Ethiopian coffee, so we would like to help to achieve this awesome goal. Now I would like to show you our product portfolio. We have a few devices from our portfolio here. This is the AC wallbox charger for charging of your electric vehicles. This is the home battery station, and this big white box here is the home battery combined with the really fast DC to DC EV charger. We use the CCS well-known standard. Our solution is unique because with our solution, with our DC-DC charger, you can charge your EV at home really, really quickly. And now let's move back to the presentation. I would like to tell you a few words about the full in-house product development. Our product portfolio is ranging from the home batteries with capacities from 7 to 28 kilowatt hours to off-grid mobile energy containers. In these containers, we can install solar panels, wind turbines, and many others different sources of energy. In this container, there are also installed and located the batteries containing energy in capacities like dozens or even a few hundreds of kilowatt hours. We are also able to design and build up the industry dynamic energy storage balancers with output powers like a few hundred kilowatts. The last point that we are able to do is grid storage systems with capacities up to a few hundred of megawatt hours. Next slide, please. And now to the really exciting idea, energy networking and grid nodes. If there is anybody from the big company in energy business, let me introduce a few main features of the energy networking. I apologize to everybody else for a few seconds of boring terms. The main features are peak load shaving. There is also the integrating of renewable sources. We are able to stabilize the electrical grid. We can avoid the power outage risk. We can also support the fast EV chargers. We are able to lower the costs for the electricity and for the infrastructure. And we are also able to minimize the energy losses within the transition system. So now, Honza, it's your turn.
Hey everyone, my name is Jan, and I'm a part of a manufacturing team here at Energy Cloud. And I'm gonna take you through product development. Then I'm gonna briefly talk about some in-house designs and our assemblies. And last but not least, I'm gonna talk about our manufacturing and future plans. So as you have had the chance to hear and see our products, I would like to remind everyone that here at Energy Cloud, we're not just a battery company, but we are large teams of engineers made out of multiple teams, such as firmware team. We have our own testers. We have mechanical team. We have just a software team and app development team. So, and all the teams are sitting here in Pilsen, collaborating together. So we are ready to tackle any future demands of electrifications. Next slide. Okay, so I want to emphasize that everything that we make is being designed, fully tested, and assembled here in Pilsen. In terms of supply chain. Most of our components are coming from the European market. I believe that everything is sourced also locally, and very few parts are coming from outside of EU market. We are also collaborating with big industry leading companies such as Vertiv, and we have used each other's expertise to better our products. In terms of some successful realized projects we just finished, we collaborated with Skoda, Skoda Automotive, which most of you probably know is the biggest car manufacturer in Czech Republic. They are part of VW Group, and they needed a solution to store energy so that they are not being charged additional supercharges during peak hours. So now they can store their energy from solars, and when during the peak hours, they can just throw their energy out and not be charged those high tariffs. Can we move to the last slide? Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about manufacturing. As a manufacturing engineer, this is the most important slide for me. Currently, we are, as I said, a small business that is mostly focused on designing and R&D, and our production is fairly small. We are, in terms of quantities, we're making single units a month, and our current goal is to move from a small production facility to a really large production facility, and we would like to be making around 100+ units a month. So we are currently in the process of transformation this small idea into really large scale business. To do that, we are just finalizing final contract manufacturer selection, and we are just finally finalizing and completing all the processes such as work instructions, testing, and fixtures are being finalized, and we should be ready to do that move. And we are hoping to have full production going on at a large scale in about 4 months from now. Our long-term goal, we would like to also create our own facility that manufactures PCBs and battery packs, so that we are not dependent on other suppliers, as these components are pretty hard to get these days. That is pretty much it from a manufacturing perspective. And now I'm going to pass it to Pavel, who is going to cover our business model.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pavel Klaška, and I'm going to tell you a few words about the market opportunity. First of all, before we enter to the market size, I would like to a little bit summarize what are the needs. What is going when you are talking about the customers? What are the needs of the customers regarding the batteries? So we can say that in general there are three basic needs to have the battery storage system. First of all is the ecological. As we already see today, the sun is shining only during the day, and when it's not too much cloudy, and the wind is blowing only when the wind wants. So generally, all renewable sources needs to be backed by batteries in order to optimize the electricity consumption. The second reason to have the battery storage system, especially in industry, is the economic reason. So this is what we have already been saying is the peak shaving. That means the battery is charged generally in the time period with a low tariff, and then the battery is supply the energy during the peak period. The third, but very important, reason to have the battery is the energy security. And the battery is giving to the power backup of the energy. So we have been talking about blackouts. Generally, we don't have yet the blackouts in Europe, but with the increasing of the renewable sources, the grids will be not so stabilized. So we can expect also to have in Europe, but generally talking in emerging market and the areas without the grid, and the blackouts are very often, and our solution can help very much to solve this problem. We have been talking about the off-grid system, the so-called island solution. It can be used like independent power plants in the areas without the grid at all. And the last thing is in the energy security is the quality of the power. our batteries can be used like UPS power, UPS function, and also we can stabilize the frequency in the grid. So let's see briefly. On the market size. We expect that because when you compare the batteries to the solar panels are already on the market for something like maybe 15, maybe 20, 10 years ago, and solar panel is the commodity today. Contrary, the battery market is starting up these years, and we expect that the battery market size will grow by 400% in next 10 years. We are talking about the batteries for the storage system, not about the automotive batteries. So when we look for the market, there is a huge market face to us, and we hope to have a very important part of this market, like our market share. What is very important in our business, meaning is the massive support of renewable sources in next 2 years. Generally, the European Union is the leader of the transition to the green economy, and these figures, which you can see on the slide, this is directly replied from the documents of the European Union. So there will be really very heavy support of the renewable energy in 10 years in Europe. That means that there will be totally 1 trillion of euro will be the support to the sustainable investment over the next decade. So you can see this from the European Union. There will be really large amount of money which will be spent on the development of the renewable sources, and of course there will be collateral co-financing of this private bodies, which is estimated to be something like 400 billion euros over this frame. So when we are talking about the target groups of customers, so when we split the target group by size, so as we already said in the beginning, we have let's say three basic target groups. One target group is the households, which is the target group for our own batteries, which are the product of the series, and also then the small and medium enterprises, and then we have been showing to you this our container solution, our large energy storage systems. This is the target group which is corporates. When we are talking about specific customer target groups, there will be the collectivities created or from households or from the small and medium companies. This is the target group which is designated for our product, which is called the True Power Plant. This is this networking product which can be used in the future for the improving of the grid functionality. Of course, then other big specific target groups are the photovoltaic power plants. And third, very important big target groups in the size are the grid operators. When we talk about the concrete examples, for instance, in Netherlands, yesterday about 500,000 households with photovoltaic installation without battery storage. This is the result of the massive support of this government 5 years ago. And today, what's happened? The distributors they stopped to buy back the electricity from the households. So these people are now desperately looking for the batteries in order to make efficient their investment to the panels. The second example is from the target group of the grid operators in South Africa. The Eskom, which is the biggest energy distributor in South Africa, is now launching the project to build the large energy storage system with final capacity of 1,440 megawatt hours. So you can see this such a tremendous size of the project can be launched. So here you can see a few numbers which we can expect in the European market when we are talking about our situation concerning concerning commercial development. As we said in the beginning, we are just in the beginning of the commercial process. We have done successfully the certification of our products, and we have a huge market face to us. So now we are developing our sales process and sales network. We have an extensive cooperation with Czech trade subsidiaries in 9 countries. We have partner company in Australia. We have contract before signature in Netherlands, and we are in advanced discussion in many other countries in the European Union and especially in Africa. So
Okay.
thank you very much for attention.
So now it's up to you. You're the last
All
slide.
right, hello everyone. So my name is Bida, and I'm one of the software engineers here. My responsibility is now the Alexa scale. So given that more and more home utilities are now making efforts towards smart assistants, we don't want to stay behind. So out of the main trio of smart assistants, Google Assistant, Alexa, and Siri, we chose Alexa to be our entry point, since to us it offers most flexibility. Our application for Alexa, or as Amazon calls it, Skill, now mainly consists of status reporting options, and once we tune them out for to fit Amazon's acceptance criteria, we will release it to our customers. Once that's done, we will start implementing control functionality. So you won't be able just to get information from the home battery, but you will be able to give it commands as well. To show you what that would look like, let me do the following. Alexa, ask Energy Cloud to prepare for island mode.
When do you want it to start?
Tonight.
Your home battery will be charged to full, and unnecessary devices like beer fridge and jacuzzi will be cut off. Is that what you want?
Sure.
You will be ready for island mode in 2 hours. Electricity-wise, you'll be self-sufficient for 2.5 days.
Now, ideally, you get the same amount of control over your energy storage using Alexa voice assistant like you do with our web application. To give you a quick glimpse of our web application, now this installation has only a battery station, but you can have the EV charger set up as well and monitor it from here. To see what's actually happening on the battery, you can either use this basic dashboard where you get more of a generic overview, or you can go to the advanced tab. Which contains a lot more information. Now the gauges represent live values of monitored properties, and below are statistical charts and graphs. We actually use our own batteries here in our HQ. As you can see on the graph here, we put them to good use. Now, to show you that this actually is live, I'm going to go to a chart with the current power. Now, this chart is refreshed every second. So if I go back there and turn off the lights, you can't see us as clearly, but you can see that the consumption drop, and you can see how the battery behaves and how it handles it. So I turn it back on. And we're all good. So now with my part of the presentation done, I'm going to pass the word back to our CEO.
Okay, thank you, Mario. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for all that, for your patience, and because we talked about 35 minutes, so now I'm pretty sure that it's time to get the floor to Mr. Havlíček, and I will apologize about time.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jelínek and your team, for really interesting and really interactive presentation. It's not quite usual that companies can provide not only presentation but also show your products in interactive way. So thank you very much for that. Now it's up to our guests. You have space for your questions. As I mentioned earlier, please write your questions into chat. It's an icon on the top right corner. You can write it there, and we will read it to Mr. Jelínek and his team. To get you some time for that, I have also one question by my own, my favorite question, because everyone knows the Tesla battery station solution. So my question is, what is the difference between you and let's say well-known Tesla solution in the battery storage solution?
Okay, it's easy to answer. So
yeah,
can you explain?
Our system is truly all-in-one. When you buy a Tesla devices, you can connect together many other devices to create a complex system. We have everything from every kind of these devices needed to install a home system inside our single box. There is also a huge difference between the chemistry Tesla uses in their systems and we use in our home batteries. We use the lithium iron phosphate technology, which is extremely safe in comparison with the standard lithium ion technology used by Tesla.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer. As to mention, you can put the questions, as I mentioned earlier, not as let's say potential customers, but also potential investors, because Energy Cloud want to let's say boost their business also on the investor side. So that's why the guests are from the foreign, also as a customers, as also as investors. And we have first question. So let me read it. It's from Jan Forman. It seems your solution is mostly focused on short-term energy storage. For how long can you store the energy effectively? Hours or days? There are new solutions emerging on the market, such as green hydrogen, which look promising for the long-term energy storage. Is your solution compatible with it?
Actually, we are focused more likely for the battery storages than to take care about the environment things and handling of hydrogen or just another energies. We think that the battery storages, that the battery energy is let's say the one of the fastest. All this hydrogen and other flow batteries, etc. They don't have enough reaction to cover peaks, and they are not able to produce the power in milliseconds. We do it from the batteries very easily. And for the as the question is whether we are more long-term or short-term solution, we are more likely short-term, because we would like to cover all the peaks in the household or in the flat. And for the long-term, we have, let's say, another concept. We will or we are doing for the households, for instance, we are multiplying units, battery units, by 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. It depends how much kilowatt hours, let's say, are necessary for the household to survive all the day or all the week, if the household is not so with much consumption. So we can even withstand several days without sun. It depends on the consumption.
Thank you for the answer. So let me summarize that it's mainly on short-term coverage of peaks of energy consumption. Okay, so that was I think all of the questions from Jan Forman. Ms. Licenová.
I just wanted to add, those of you that could not participate during the whole session, you will have the chance to see the record of this seminar, and of course you also can ask the questions directly to the company. But let's come, we have another question. Good morning, what chemistries are your batteries based on? Do you intend to invest in research on battery assembling?
Okay. Yeah, we use the lithium iron phosphate chemistry. And the second part.
Do you intend to invest in research of battery assembly?
As you probably know, there is concerning the basic production of the battery cells. The Europe is very still behind the other part of the world. So it's because today most of the battery cells are produced in China and maybe in the US. So there is also heavy support from the European Union to establish the production capacities of the battery cells in Europe. So we are also thinking about it, but it's a long-term project.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question from Robert Schweitzer. Did you say that you have a representative company in Australia already?
Mm-hmm. Yes, today we have a partner company in Australia.
Okay, so we have a partner company there.
It's called Energy Cloud Australia.
Mm-hmm. Energy Cloud Australia. Okay, thank you. That was one question, and the floor is for other questions.
Maybe you can elaborate a little bit more about the company in Australia. Where is it located, and add some further details?
Our company in Australia, it's already existing for more than 2 years. It is based in Sydney.
I see.
Okay.
And do you have companies also in other part of the globe?
No, as we said during the presentation, we are just now starting the development of our commercial, let's say, commercial network. So we are now in a heavy discussion with few countries about establishing the distributors company over the world.
And maybe I had also a question, in which part of the world are you focusing the most? Which countries are the, let's say, the main target of your future exports?
As we said, it's concerning the customer needs. Basically, in Europe, there will be heavy market. There will be heavy market concerning the home batteries. And as we already said, we are talking about Benelux presence. We are talking about Italy, and the market, which is very important from the point of view of the large installation. It is probably Africa generally, because of the emerging markets, because of the stability of the grid and other projects which are today realized in Africa. And what is also for us interesting, this is the area of the former Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. We have 2 more questions, also from Robert Schweitzer. Sydney, there is a company called Energy Cloud Australia, but it is located in Melbourne and doesn't show your battery, but is solar installer. Is the same company?
I never heard about this company.
I think because the colleague of us, let's say our representative from Australia, is on the phone also. So maybe we can hand him the word to explain it.
Yeah, hi. My name is Marek Tusek, here in Australia, in Sydney. To answer your question, no, the company called Energy Cloud Australia, based in Melbourne, it's a different kind of company. It's got nothing to do with us. The company, the Energy Cloud company, or the partner company based in Sydney, it's called Energy Cloud Proprietary Limited. So there's like a number of companies called Energy Cloud, but the partner company of Energy Cloud Czech Republic is based in Sydney, and I'm the CEO, and I'm doing the business development and all the all the works here in Australia in order to acquire this market. So all the question regarding the Australia, please address them directly to me or to headquarters in Pilsen.
Okay, thank you for adding that. Maybe for the guests, you can put your contact in the chat, so they have directly your email to contact you. We have another two questions. First is from Abdiza Olkeba. Have you ever expanded your experience and invention to Africa before? If so, what reactions have you gotten from Africa?
We don't have yet the installation in Africa, but we are, as we said in the beginning, we are talking with the people from South Africa. We are talking with the people from Tanzania and from Nigeria. And actually, we have to say that we have, in this stage of discussion, we have a very good experience with them.
Okay, and before I present the next question, I would like just to inform you that the Energy Cloud company was the first Czech company that presented itself on the European platform called Euroquity, which is created by the Association of European Agencies Supporting R&D, AFT, and it was a real success. And the question of Barbara John is, in Europe, only EU countries, or are there also other are you also interested in the Switzerland?
Of course, we are interested about Switzerland.
Okay, that was great. So we have another two questions. Firstly, from Rostislav Mazur. Hello, do you provide battery storage solution for underground mines with flame-proof enclosure? Thank you.
I think we are not at this point yet, but maybe in the future, if this market will be promising for us, we can develop also the solution for the underground mines.
Okay, thank you. Next is also from Abdiza Olkeba. Do you have a plan to expand to Ethiopia, please?
We are thinking, as I said in the beginning, the Africa is very important for us, because the reason we were saying during the presentation. So of course, Ethiopia is also important and interesting market for us.
Okay, thank you. Next is from Anup Raghavan. How will you enter a new market against existing large brands? Sonon, Tesla, LG. Customers and installers are quite conservative with product selection and recommendation of new products. Australia has a lot of brand loyalty.
So concerning our, let's say, our competitive edge of our products, as already was said during the presentation, we have the all-in-one solution. We have all-in-one solution which allows to not to have separately the changers and the batteries. So this is the first competitive edge we would like to use in entering to the new markets. Second important for us is we have made in Europe. So we have our products are completely designed and produced in Czech Republic and the European Union. And so this is the two very important features we believe to be interesting for the local markets. And we have very advanced software solution which is managing the battery with the application.
Okay, and we have a question. Sonnen has a VPP product. Its uptake is low.
So VPP product.
Maybe
could we kindly elaborate on what PP is about, Mr. Rangban?
We know what is VPP.
It's virtual power.
We are talking about virtual power plant. So this is the network of the small batteries, and we have also this product which we are able to put on the market. And our product it's a real VPP, a real virtual power plant, which is handling not only with the data, but is really handling the energy between the batteries.
Yeah, maybe I add from our side to promoting Czech companies in new markets, especially in, let's say, innovative field. It's every time hard, and that's why we cooperate as state institutions from R&D, export, also thanks to Czech Trade and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which are included in support too, and also Confederation of Industry in Czech Republic, which is let's say confederation of Czech business companies, and all that is cooperating to help the Czech innovative companies to get on the market. It's not easy, that's right, but that's the reason also why we are getting this session to promote our potential innovative Czech companies. And also added question from Anupra Gavan. Doesn't VPP become successful when the numbers are large?
Yes, you are definitely right. VPP definitely is more you have participants in VPP, more better you have the effectivity of the network. And of course, it is, as you said, more you have the participants, the more the VPP is effective, and more the VPP is let's say, realizing the role of the VPP.
Let me thank you, all of you who connect to our session. We hope that it was good for you to get some new information about very interesting ideas. Czech ideas in the field of energy. Thank you all cooperating institutions, Technology Agency, Confederacy of Czech Business, Czech Industry, Ministry of Affairs, Czech Trade, and last but not least, all colleagues from Energy Cloud. We hope that you can touch with guests in future business connections. And we hope that it is not last Czech Ideas session, and we will see each other more in the future.